All right, that took away my desire to hit the Juul on air since they won't be coming to arrest me. Darn, there's such a good opportunity. I know the liberal media mob is probably devastated. Anyway, here with reaction. On a more serious note, Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, along with the co-host of the Buck and Clay show, Buck Sexton, is with us. Pam, I look at this and I'm like, okay, we have all these opioid deaths, overdoses. They have open borders. They're not doing a thing there. We don't even do background checks on people that are processing and releasing into the country, and they get a free phone. They don't get a COVID check, and they don't get a vaccine mandate, so they get preferential treatment. Why are they going after this one company?
You know, Sean, and we can't talk about this enough, and I'm so glad we're talking about it tonight, because the unintended consequence of this is, as you said, it's not illegal to possess or use, so you're safe tonight. But when they take it off the market, what teens are going to do, they're going to go to the black market. And when they do, it's going to be laced with fentanyl, just like I've seen it my entire career when things like this happen. That is an unintended consequence. So parents, you need to talk to your kids, because if they can't buy it legally, and adults, if you can't buy it legally, be careful. If you're buying it on the street, it will be laced, most likely, with something else, and you can be hurt. And yes, they're putting out crack pipes. They're giving out needles for heroin addicts. Taxpayer dollars are paying for those. So, you know, the hypocrisy.
Well, how do they justify making $12 billion? How do they justify making $12 billion on cigarettes every year? Buck, I'll throw that to you.
Yeah.
And there's clearly no principle involved here for them. But again, Sean, when you look at just the recent history of the FDA and how they were asleep at the wheel on the baby formula issue, which has now caused a baby formula shortage that is still ongoing all across the country. The FDA joins the CDC and the FBI and some other three-letter agencies as places that just can't seem to get the job done and continue to engage in either politicization or distraction like this. There is no principle they can point to for why this would be banned, but cigarettes would continue. And then when you add this also just to the mentality that you've seen from the White House of saying that there should be chemical gender transition drugs or puberty blocking drugs for children, and yet here the FDA is stepping in to say, but we're doing this to protect the children. I feel like they don't really know what that means, or it doesn't mean what they think it does.
Yeah, and the same group of people, Pam, that without any science behind it, they want to give vaccines to kids under 5. Right. And Fauci even admits they didn't have any studies that show the effectiveness of it, or maybe the negative impact of it. I'm just trying to understand the logic. Why this one company? Because other vaping companies are not at all impacted by this. Why'd they single out this one company that already had pulled out their flavored brands that they had, like mango and passion fruit, whatever you call them, that younger kids seem to like, and they kept the more traditional cigarette flavors, which is like tobacco and menthol, and that's it. Why would they pick on one company, and meanwhile these other companies are selling the flavored vape, I guess pods, whatever you call them?
Well, Sean, it sounds like the company Juul will appeal, and it sounds like they probably will be successful, because they don't have, it says the FDA, they don't have the data to back up a complete ban on this one company. So they probably will be successful. But again, in the meantime, I think people are going to go to the black market to buy products, and it's going to be a problem.
Now, this is really scary. You really think what they're going to do is, when people go to the black market, you suspect that people that buy, they're not looking for weed, they're just looking for nicotine, and you suspect that they're going to lace these with fentanyl. You think that's going to be common?
I do, Sean. I saw it when I was Attorney General with people, adults, buying Adderall, Xanax on the street. It was being laced with fentanyl, and people were dropping dead. They still are. That's why you should never buy anything on the street, even if it's an Adderall or a Xanax, nothing, because of that problem. And now it will be happening with these electric cartridges because you can't buy them legally. So people need to be very careful.
And then they sell cigarettes. Can you explain that part to me? You know, the ones with the chemicals and the additives that we're told cause the cancer?
And the secondhand smoke that everyone gets when you're around cigarettes as well.
Yeah, and people addicted to nicotine, they say it's more addictive, Buck, than even heroin.
Yeah, of course. I mean, maybe they have better lobbyists, or some of the folks who are sending checks from the other companies know which palms to grease. I mean, Sean, it just doesn't make sense. But again, when you're looking at a federal bureaucracy and a Biden apparatus that is in such disarray, you have to expect that there be this kind of cognitive dissonance operating at all levels all the time, because who's really steering this ship? I mean, I'd like to see them fix the baby formula crisis and figure out if it's going to be, 8 boosters or 5 boosters or however many they want the 5-year-olds to get before the FDA starts arbitrarily pulling products off the market and telling us that they're doing it to protect the kids from what could be seeping out of the product. They're not sure yet. They'll get back to us at some point in the future. Sounds like the federal government doesn't know what it's doing these days, Sean. Not a surprise.
Last question, legal question, Pam. So if it's not illegal to possess it and it's not illegal to use it, which means they won't arrest me,
Right.
what if you go, can you buy it from another country? Is that going to be legal?
They can't stop you from buying it from another country and importing it, I'm sure. But yes, they cannot stop you from using it. They cannot stop you from possessing it, because the FDA, they don't have that power. Nor is DOJ going to ever try to create something where they could enforce something in that manner. So yes, you can buy it somewhere else, but my fear again, don't buy it on the street.
I think well said. All right, Pam, thank you, Buck. Good to see you. Thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.